You've finally done it. You have saved your first $10,000. First off, I just want to enthusiastically congratulate you on hitting this massive, massive milestone. Seriously, it's no small feat. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to navigate exactly what comes next. Because, well, here's the absolute truth of the matter. Saving the money is really only half the battle. What you decide to do right now, at this exact moment with that 10 grand, can either set you up for lifelong financial freedom, or it can put you right back at square one, literally right back at zero. The biggest mistake people make after hitting that 5-figure mark? They immediately treat the money like a trophy. And look, a trophy is basically rewarding yourself with an expensive purchase, right? A depreciating sports car, a luxury vacation, or maybe dropping $1,000 on a new phone just to replace the perfectly good one that's currently in your pocket. Sure, that gives you a fantastic short-term dopamine hit, but contrast that against using this money as a tool. A tool is foundational. It actually builds your future, while a trophy? Well, a trophy just gathers dust. So, here is your definitive blueprint for this explainer. We've got 5 main sections to cover. First, the $10,000 trap. Second, building your financial fortress. Third, eliminating high-interest debt. Fourth, investing in your greatest asset. And finally, building long-term wealth. Okay, let's dive into this practical roadmap. Step 1, don't upgrade your lifestyle. Step 2, build an emergency fund. Step 3, pay off high-interest debt. Step 4, invest in yourself. And Step 5, invest for the future. Let's break down exactly how to make this work for you. Section 1, the $10,000 trap. The overwhelming temptation right now is to reward yourself, isn't it? But spending this money on expensive upgrades is going to put you right back at zero. To stop lifestyle creep right in its tracks, I want to force you to pause and ask yourself this absolutely critical question every single time you want to touch that $10,000. Ready? Will this purchase make me richer or poorer 1 year from now? Let that sink in for a second. If the answer is poorer, you really need to think twice. It's a remarkably simple mental filter, but it will absolutely save your wealth. Moving on to Section 2, build your financial fortress. Before you even think about investing a single dollar, you need a fortress. You have to play defense first to protect against life's inevitable surprises. We're talking sudden car repairs, unexpected medical bills, or losing a job. The magic number for that fortress is 3 to 6. A really solid goal is keeping 3 to 6 months of essential expenses securely tucked away in a basic savings account. Now, for a lot of people, that actually means using a huge chunk of that first 10 grand purely as an emergency fund. I know it isn't glamorous at all, but having that runway, it's one of the smartest, most secure financial decisions you will ever make. Next up, Section 3, eliminate high-interest debt. And this brilliantly illustrates why you simply cannot build wealth while carrying toxic debt. Here's exactly how the math plays out. Let's say your credit card debt costs you 20% per year in interest, but at the exact same time, you're trying to be smart and invest, right? And let's say you're earning a respectable 8% on those investments. The result? You are losing money. By holding on to high-interest debt while trying to invest, the math literally guarantees that you are losing money overall. That debt is compounding against you way faster than your investments are compounding for you. So eliminating that high-interest debt is incredibly powerful because it provides a guaranteed return. Paying off a credit card with a 20% interest rate is effectively guaranteeing yourself a 20% return on your money. That's practically impossible to find anywhere else in the open market. Plus, killing off this expensive debt massively frees up your monthly cash flow. It gives you more money every single month to deploy for your future. It's an absolute game changer. Which brings us to Section 4. Invest in your greatest asset. Okay, we've played defense, we've neutralized the bad debt, and now we go on the offense. Improving your own ability to earn a higher income is universally one of the absolute smartest investments you can possibly make. But how exactly do you do that? Well, consider allocating a portion of your savings into professional certifications that make you way more valuable in your industry. Or you could invest in entirely new skills or specialized training programs. You might even use some of it to fund a legitimate business opportunity. The ultimate goal here is to drastically increase your lifetime earning potential. I really want to emphasize this fundamental mindset shift. Your greatest asset is not your savings account. It's your ability to generate income. Think about it. A brand new, high-value skill that boosts your income can produce incredible returns. It compounds internally and permanently, essentially paying you dividends for the entire rest of your life. Finally, Section 5, build long-term wealth. So, your foundation is totally secure, your expensive debt is gone, and you're actively investing in your own earning power. Now it is time to put your money to work in the market. I know a lot of people freeze up at this step because they think it's just too complicated. But let me reassure you, you absolutely do not need to be some Wall Street expert trying to find the next big thing. You really don't. You simply need a long-term plan and the discipline to stick with it. The real secret to wealth building isn't getting lucky, it's just making small, regular investments over time. Those investments will quietly grow into highly significant wealth. The key word here is consistently. To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this incredibly powerful thought directly from our source material. Saving your first $10,000 is impressive, but what you do with it next is what truly changes your life. You see, that first 10 grand is ultimately more than just money. It's hard proof that you have developed patience, financial responsibility, and a real, tangible discipline. So use it wisely. Protect yourself, eliminate that bad debt, invest in your own skills, and steadily build your future. Your $10,000 proves you have what it takes. But remember, the true journey toward lasting wealth starts right now. So my question to you is, what is your next move going to be?